What's up guys, VWQ Gaming here, coming at you with the brand new FIFA 16 Ultimate Team player ratings. Make sure you hit that like button if you're hyped for the new edition of FIFA, and head over to my channel to check out the player ratings for other teams as well. But without further ado, let's take a first look at this team. Now, Manchester United have added so many new players to their squad, so I'm sure you're so curious as to which ones are worth sliding into your Barclays Premier League Ultimate Teams this year. So we'll kick off with one of those new signings, and that's Schweinsteiger. He's an 86 this year. He has been downgraded from an 88 from last year. He suffered with a lot of injuries last season, but he's still going to be their number one player at 86. Next up is Wayne Rooney. He stays the same at 86. Now, I'm not actually sure why he stays at 86 for all of these years. I think he should be slowly deteriorating, as he clearly is in the real life football. De Gea is up to an 86. He started off last season as 83. He went up to 85 during the January transfers, and now he's an 86, making him Manchester United's joint top player. I think that's just about right. He was awesome for Manchester United last season, and this completely reflects that. He's going to be the number one goalkeeper in the Barclays Premier League this year, equal with players like Courtois. I don't think there's too many more at 86, probably none in fact, but a few more maybe just below that mark at 85 and 84. But De Gea is going to be a player that could be that top Barclays Premier League goalkeeper, and a very expensive one at that on Ultimate Team. Mata is down to 84 from 85 last year. I think this kind of reflects that he wasn't the star player that we all expect from him, especially during his Chelsea days, but he's down to an 84 this year. Valdez is an 82. Now, he hasn't changed at all, but funnily enough, he wasn't even in Ultimate Team last year, so we can't really say too much about that. Schneiderlin is up to an 82 from an 80 last year. He had an awesome season for Southampton last season, and I'm not really surprised he's been snapped up by one of the big teams. He's an 82 this year, and I think he'll be one of those central defensive midfielders you'll want in your squad this year in Ultimate Team. Depay is up to an 81. He was a 78 at the beginning of last season. He went to a 79 in the January transfers, and he is going to be an awesome player to have on Ultimate Team. He's going to be so expensive. Everyone's going to want him, but I can't wait to have a go with him. Darmian is up to an 81 from 74 last season, where he was playing in Italy. That's a +7. That's a massive improvement, and I think he'll be one of those players who everyone will want in their Ultimate Team as well. There's quite a few of them actually in this Manchester United squad, but he'll be a really solid addition in the fullback position. Rojo is up to an 81 from a 79 position. I think this really accurately reflects, although at the beginning of last year, we probably thought the Manchester United's defence was just going to be terrible, but it actually turned out to be not that bad, and these defenders have been upgraded just to show that. Herrera is up to an 81. He was a 79 at the beginning of last season. I'm not entirely sure why he's been upgraded to this year, because he didn't play an awesome amount last year, and he certainly didn't show the impression that he was that much of an improvement. Daley Blind is up to 80 from 79. That's a fairly boring one, but there you go. Phil Jones is up to an 80 from 79. He played regular football last season, and I do believe he made some improvements. Young is from a 78 to an 80 this year. He had an awesome season last season. I would actually probably recommend that FIFA put him up even more, because he really was one of the outstanding players for Manchester United last season. Michael Carrick is up from a 79 to 80 this year, and I think although he is a really good player, there's so much debate as if he's maybe majorly overrated to majorly underrated. In any case, probably not a lot of people would be putting him in the Ultimate Team, because he is not that pacey, unfortunately. Valencia's gone down from an 80 to a 79. I'd probably agree with that. He wasn't too great last season, certainly nothing outstanding at all. Smalling has gone all the way up from a 76 to a 79. He had a really good season, I thought, last season. He's definitely not one of the star defenders of the Premier League, but he has made improvements regardless. Fellaini has gone down from a 79 to a 78. Now, considering he had some strong performances towards the end of last season, I'm not exactly sure why they've put him down, but he is by no means a star player of the Premier League. He's just a big lump with a good head on him. Shaw is up to a 77 from 75. I don't even know really how to answer that one. He was fairly useless for the majority of last season, but here's a kid with awesome potential, so fair play. Marshall or Martial, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, everyone seems to be saying it differently, but he was a 69 last season, and this year he'll be a 77. That's a massive 8 improvement, and that's because of all of the goals he got in the French league last year, and he will be another really expensive player because he's a new player for Manchester United, and that's going to rocket his price even though he's not exactly an amazing player. Lindegaard is 77, but really, honestly, who really cares? Who's going to use Lindegaard? Nobody. Romero is up from a 72 to a 76. He was a silver card, now he's a gold. He had some good performances at the beginning of the season for Manchester United, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be replaced by De Gea now the transfer saga has ended. Pal is a 69. Again, who really cares? Lingard has gone from a 68 to a 69. Now, he had some really good performances, particularly in the under-21 Euros. And although he won't be used by a lot of people in those silver teams, he could be an awesome little player. Now it's Blackett. He was a 60 at the beginning of last season. He went up to 65 during the January updates, and he's now a 66. Now these are some slight improvements throughout, mainly to the new signings. New boys Darmian and Marshall are clear biggest upgrades. They've got huge upgrades and only real star player to improve from last season is De Gea. Other than that, we've got quite a few defensive upgrades, which I think is fairly relevant as, like I said, Manchester United were expected to be very poor defensively last season, and they actually turned out to be not so bad. So, what did you think of these ratings? Make sure you leave a comment and join the discussion about whether some of these ratings are maybe a little harsh, maybe not generous enough. Which players do you think FIFA have got spot on this year? Also, if you have any suggestions as to what team you'd like me to show you next, let me know down below too. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you love FIFA content just as much as I do. And until next time, peace out.